Hello all, my name is Mars, and welcome back to In Their Shoes. Last time we met a couple of new faces, Emma and Pierre, and we also checked in with Alex, who was not doing well. He was at a concert hallucinating that he was talking to a shoe. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I didn't know where to go from there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue with Pier and Emma with loafers. UN, where peace talks are held with Emma in her loafers. Emma grabs a coffee with Raisa, the mother of a little girl at Luis's nursery. Sorry I'm late. I couldn't find a single clean thing to wear or chew, but tell her you were in an important meeting. Emma seems like the type to want to suck up and impress. Not in like a bad way, but in a she wants to keep her secrets kind of way. I had an urgent meeting with a difficult client. I'm closing a deal with a big publisher and you have no idea how demanding they can be. I'm afraid I know all too well. I work in direct contact with my clients too, and the more important they are, the more demanding they are. Look, you should have just let me know, Emma. I could have avoided missing an entire afternoon in the office. Or I suppose I could have spent the last half hour shopping for a lovely pair of loafers like you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, really. I appreciate the apology, but let's cut to the chase. What steps are you planning to take to resolve the situation? Wisdom from planetmom.com. As a single mom, you must always consider yourself to be at war. Other women don't trust you, and will see you as a bad girl. Your weapon? Always look your best. What situation? Tell her you're working on it, but you want to hear her perspective. You caught me unprepared, Raisa. You mean you haven't decided how you'd like to proceed? Sorry, Raisa, but I thought we were meeting up for fun mom's coffee time. I've been looking forward to it. Okay. Let me remind you, your son bit my daughter, which wouldn't be so bad. After all, they're only little kids. But this is the third time. And the teachers thought maybe we should meet up to discuss it, to find out if there are any issues to resolve, see if there's anything we can do. Oh yeah, of course. The call from the teachers, that call. I gotta confess, I don't remember much about that call, Risa. We're gonna try and hide that we don't know what she's talking about. Oh yeah, of course. The call from the teachers, that call. That Elia can be such a pain in the ass. I figured they're just trying to do their best. It's a tough job. Especially when the parents are overly present, or not present enough. Okay, I get that you're judging me. However, I did want to clarify something, mother to mother. Is Louise having any issues with the other children, or is it just with Inessa? It's the last Thursday of March. There are still 4 months of nursery to go. I just need to know that I don't have to worry about any more biting incidents. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Louise has been a lot calmer lately. In italics, apart from that screaming match at the playground. Let's try to hide the truth. Continue to hide it. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Luis has been a lot calmer lately. Calmer is doing a lot of work there. Honest, he helps out with the cleaning at home. He's even learning how to do laundry. He's an absolute angel. Yeah, sure, and Inessa's busy rehearsing for her Bach recital. Listen, Emma. I'm going to let you in on a little secret from a mom of a certain age, don't ask, to a younger mom. I'm tired. I'm perpetually tired, and all mothers are in the same boat. Now me, I'm particularly tired of not being able to feel like a complete person. It's impossible for me to be both a lawyer and a mom at the firm where I work, because I can't mention my child without everyone assuming it's a precursor to asking for time off and looking for somebody to cover for me. Then as soon as I get home, my husband only wants to know about Inessa. He has zero interest in how my day went. My body has become a machine designed for transporting, feeding, and cleaning. Ever since Inessa was born, it's like nothing else exists. It's hard to explain. But Anessa, who is a total sponge, absorbs all my rage and then lets it out on random passersby. Can you see where I'm going with this? What is she thinking? Wisdom from planetmom.com. Showing vulnerability is a luxury that you will only be able to allow yourself after your child is duly married off. Remember, if you collapse, the entire edifice comes tumbling down. But if you say that part out loud, won't the entire edifice come tumbling down? I mean, Luis is obviously not a little angel if he's biting kids. Not that that's so strange. Like, I mean, it's not like I bit my sibling all the time when I was a kid, but I'm totally lying about that, by the way. I was a biter. So it's not like he's gonna grow up to be terrible, but he's not an angel, is what I'll say. He's not an angel currently. Well, yeah, but if you say that part out loud, won't the entire edifice come tumbling down? Because it seems to me that all the other moms are constantly blissfully enraptured with their wonderful kids. Well, I sometimes find myself fretting that I've spawned some kind of demon. Or worse, that I'm turning into my mother. Figuring out how well or otherwise we're coping is vital, especially for our relationship with our children. But how do you figure out something like that? Come on, seriously? You're doing a great job, aren't you? I mean, she seems to be genuinely offering advice. So, although these are in italics, so it might be... These might just be things we're thinking to ourselves. But, okay, we did say it out loud. So, she seems like she's offering actual advice, this Risa, so we want to look like we're open to it. But how do you figure out something like that? I don't know about you, but when I ask myself how I'm doing, I don't always like the answer. I get that too. And I thought you might feel better about yourself knowing you aren't the only one. Maybe if we moms can talk things through together, we might be able to get a better idea of what's going on with our kids, you know? So, what's eating you? Working on a new project? A high-profile client? In my dreams, I've been struggling to land a halfway decent project, or, you got that right, I need to keep moving. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we just said we were in a very important meeting, and we don't want to contradict that, so, let's say the other thing. You got that right. I need to keep moving. Do you know what I mean? And I just want the best for Luis, both emotionally and economically. Can I be frank, Emma? I keep asking myself why you didn't try to contact me when you first heard about the biting incidents. Miss Ava was pretty vague, or I was going to, really. We straight up didn't remember. This is an outright lie, I'm sure. Well, Miss Ava was pretty vague. I don't think I grasped the gravity of the situation. Miss Ava, didn't you say it was Elia? I mean, it was Elia who went through the whole incident in great detail with me on the phone. It sounded pretty grim. I was just thinking I must have caught you off guard. Let's face it, distraction is one of the collateral effects of having to think for two people. I always have everything under control. Clearly not true. Well, that does make me feel a bit less guilty. You know, none of my friends are moms. And even though all my friends are wonderful, there's a lot that they just don't get. And when I try to talk to them about it, sometimes they make me feel kind of inadequate. You might actually be better off having friends without kids than only having supermom friends. But I get where you're coming from. Could it be that, rather than being calm, Luis is just tired, or lethargic, or, I don't know, maybe a bit sad? I heard that he doesn't play much with the other kids. I wouldn't say tired, he never sits still, he's always causing chaos, or he just sits there. These are both interesting, but I'm kind of leaning towards he just sits there. He just sits there. Aren't you worried? Should I be? You know, I wasn't expecting to say this, but I like you, Emma. I'm tired of all this supermom nonsense, those moms who are always pointing the finger at everybody else. What do you say? Let's get Inessa and Louise together. That way we can see what's going on, and while we're at it, we can get another coffee. That would be great, but you don't want to look desperate. Come on, let's do it. That would be great. I'd love that. Who would have thought? I've been working myself up for a confrontation, and I ended up making a new friend. I have to be getting back to work, but we'll catch up real soon. Ciao, Emma. That one was nice. Raisa was a nice person. After arriving late, Emma immediately starts lying. Without realizing that Emma has been lying the entire time. The choices you made in this moment have had an impact on a future event. Okay. What new keywords did we unlock? Validation. She adores her friends, but the fact that they aren't mothers sometimes makes her feel excluded. Or Xenomorph Queen. She's worried she's turning into her mother. I didn't intend for all of those to be lies. Just the ones in the very beginning, but I hope she and Raisa can be friends. Like, a lot of people in this game have just been so nasty, and Raisa seems like a nice one. Alright, Pier. Let's go to bars in your loafers, where struggles are waged between nightmares and silence. Pier is in the visiting area in prison to see his brother Lucio. Lucio is in prison. Interesting. Right, so this is real time, so I won't talk as much to see if this... Okay, I'm already talking too much. So, listen to us. Stop speaking. Who's listening to us? The guards, look under the table. There are hidden microphones. I don't think there are. Trust me, they put them everywhere. There's nothing under here. Well then, they're in the walls. No bullshit. Okay, we'll speak quietly. It would be a bit suspicious if we just sat in silence, right? He's wearing the loafers Mom got for him. We had to get him shoes without laces. You weren't allowed laces in here. Yeah, I suppose so. Choose a topic to talk about. Lucio seems like he might be a little paranoid. Might be dealing with some mental health stuff. What about your bros? Who? The Three Stooges. Ruben, Federico, and Marco. No sign of them. They didn't even bother replying to my letters. That doesn't sound like them. Fucking assholes. Ruben's dad is a lawyer, but he refused to help me while I always bust my ass for them. I even loaned them money. Did you know they had their own secret group without us? Figures. Yeah, Marco told me about it just before all this shit came down. Fuck. I thought Ruben and Federico were different. We went through a lot together. We're better off without them, Lucio. They can fuck right off. Yeah, fuck them. I'm not saying that. Okay. Yeah, so, listen, right? I misspoke in spliffs. All they do in here is get fucked. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, I saw some videos by that rapper Erchikoria online. He managed to smuggle in some weed. Lucky fucker. What do you say? You want to do something crazy? Won't they hear us with all these bugs? Fuck, you're right. Shh. We need to try and do the same thing he did. Then we can figure it out together. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Do you remember when... I don't know, so tell me what it's like in here. It's prison, it's shit. Everything's filthy, too many people crammed into too little space, zero personal space. Even in your own room? Yeah, but my cellmates are pretty chill. They do seem to pray a lot, though. Words to avoid. 1. Cell. 2. Prison. 3. Detained. 4. Sentence. 5. Guilty. 6. Deserved. By the end of the year, you'll have learned how to pray in Arabic. A year's a long time. And all I want to do is sleep all day. The tranquilizer they give me helps, but not much. reading can be a great escape. Mentally, I mean. You always had a way with words, Pier. Anyway, I hate reading. What the fuck is this? You brought me Dune? 600 pages? He mentioned Dune in the last moment we did with him. Oh, damn. And I'm gonna watch the movie anyway, with that babe Zendaya. Right, guys, visiting time's up. Say your goodbyes and be on your way. Until next time. Tell Lucio there won't be a next time. We don't have the option. Let Lucio do the cocking. Thanks for coming. You'll be back, won't you? Yeah, I'll try and bring Mom next time, and if I can pull it off, Dad. Thanks, Pierre. Give me a hug, bruh. Alright, what was the hint? When the guard brings their meeting to an end, Pierre promises Lucio that next time he will try to bring their turns as well. I want to see how to, I'm going to try that again without me talking. I'm just going to click through it really fast. I want to see if I can reach the end of that and tell Lucio that I'm not coming to see him again. Oh. Or it may be affected by my choices in another one. I don't know, maybe. Cora. He wastes hours and hours Googling the most absurd topics. Let's try that one again. I'm not gonna talk. It's International Women's Day. I hate the smell of those flowers. Flowers reminded me of Georgia. I kind of liked her, you know? I'm not reading this. You treated her like shit. She only wanted to carry on a relationship. She's full on psycho. She fell for your love bombing. Yeah, Lucio sucks. I want to not, I very much want to not, see him again. How long I have to stay in here? He's saying different stuff. I want to die, Pierre. Oh. I'm choosing all the same options if I have the chance, but I do not like Lucio. I do not want to see him again. Give them time to process it. You can pause the video if you want to read all of this. This place is driving you nuts. You're taking their side again? There are no sides. Get a grip. Nothing else comes to mind. Damn it! I saw all that new stuff, and I still didn't get the opportunity to do the different option. Okay, so it must have something to do with this other moment. Xanadu. He might have to leave Milan to find out who he really is. Alright, let's do Boots with somebody else. How about Lara or Vale or Nico or Nina? How about Nico? A spider, where someone tries to escape from a web. After a long search for a suitable room to rent, Nico finally makes an appointment to view a promising possibility. You must be Nico. I'm Morrow. And this, as you can see, is the room that's going to be available. It's my room. It's got everything you need. A closet, a desk, there's even a nightstand, something of a luxury these days. It's perfect, just what I'm looking for. This is one of the best rooms I've used so far. You might have to change the bed. This is a really lovely bedroom. It would certainly be an improvement on my garret. I think I'm done cooking on my knees to avoid banging my head on the roof. It's a bit short for a big guy like you. 140 by 190, French style. Luckily there's always IKEA, am I right? You'll probably find a decent used one on the internet. How tall are you? 6'1", 6'2"? He thinks I'm a man, but I'm a woman. But we can run with it. Anyway, check out this window. Look at that view of the charming derelict building that used to be the steelworks. Nothing like a bit of slum chic, huh? From the 7th floor, you don't even need to check your air quality app. Just hold up this jar of honey and compare it to the sky. See? Identical. Chestnut honey or wildflower? So, you're a honey expert with a good sense of humor. You're my kind of guy. Just between us, I'd be happier to see the room go to a dude like you. The girls would probably prefer another girl, obvs, but if it has to be a boy, they ask me to pick a handsome one. And you're a tall guy as well. We didn't even get the chance to correct him there. So before I ask where you're from, what hours you keep, and what you're doing here, the real question is, are you scared of spiders? Spiders? Well, if you like this room, you'll have to get used to them. Your future roomies jump onto their chairs every time they see one. Okay, so it's not like infested with spiders. I was worried it was going to be infested with spiders. He's just talking about how the roommates will react. It's a never-ending chorus of, Morrow, please, kill it! Morrow, save us! Pretty stressful. Well, I suppose that's one thing I won't miss. I like spiders, and I like the apartment. I'm just telling it like it is. I wouldn't want you to move in and then regret it. You should know, when those two little ladies are on their time of the month, things can get crazy. Okay. If you're gonna get into, like, actual misogynist territory, then, like, maybe I need to correct you then. Crazy? Seriously? What kind of crazy? Well, you know werewolves, right? 1 minute they're normal human beings, but when the red alert goes off, they turn. When it's their time of the month, you better make yourself scarce. Perhaps I should clarify something? Actually, Nico's short for Nicoletta. Shit, sorry, I didn't realize. No problem. It's just that, you know, your height, short hair, boots, I could curl up and die right now. Relax, no harm done. The thing is, actually, my usual glasses are broken. These are the ones I used to use before my eyesight got so bad, studying for my PhD. Honestly, relax, it's not a problem. I'm an idiot. Bear with me. Man, I spent all these years poring over sociology books and I come out the other side as a moron. Really, no problem. I mean, you don't really look like a dude. You got more of an androgynous beauty thing going on. I find it hard to keep up. I do apologize. It's just that... Well, I suppose I should offer you something to drink. I don't like this guy. I swear. If he apologizes one more time, he's going to need new glasses. And why the hell does he keep getting so close, touching my arm? Come on, Nico. Poker face. This might just be the right room. I think we'll probably only have to deal with him this one time, and maybe when we sign over, maybe he's subletting to us, so maybe we would have to deal with him a little bit, but if he's not going to be living here, I think we can grin and bear it until we get the room if we really like it that much. Would they like a coffee? Who are they? Aren't we supposed to call you gender fluid people they? You know, pronouns they, them. You really got this sociology thing down to a fine science, or what about a cup of tea instead? What's she thinking? The house is great, but this guy... Tea? Yeah, a cup of tea. Why? Would I be right in saying I detect a Sicilian accent? Yes, I do have a Sicilian accent. Because I'm from Sicily. So in Sicily, don't you only drink coffee down there? Okay, now he... now he's got, like, 3 kinds of offensive going on. Well, this Sicilian only drinks tea and is starting a new job in Largo Caroli Square. I'm really sorry, I don't want to come across as indiscreet. It's just that I find southern accents really attractive. I mean, I'm not saying I find you attractive, it's the accent. Okay, Morrow, understood. Let's just forget about accents, shall we? But if you're working in the city center, the position is perfect. Right next to the Sesto Rondo metro station on the Red Line. Look, you can see it from the window. Great! You got everything you need right under the apartment. Pharmacy, news dealer, grocery store. Pretty good. Seriously, this place is a real bargain. Demand is high and the selection process is rigorous. It depends almost entirely on me. Rent's due beginning of every month. The lawn is a complete rip-off, it's outrageous. At least the rent here is affordable. The landlady's pretty reasonable on that count, but only because she likes me. And then, well, and then? Ah, yeah, right. And then... Sorry, are you wearing colored contact lenses? What? No, this is just the color of my eyes. You were saying? Where was I? Is there some kind of problem? Not be confrontational, I don't think. You were saying? I'm sorry, but I can't help wondering. Go on then, what's on your mind? Well, it's a bit personal, but alright. Does that happen a lot? Does what happen a lot? That you're mistaken for a man. Well, now you're making me feel uncomfortable. God, I'm so sorry. That was a ridiculous question, but with my sociology research, I'm intrigued. In my experience, sociologists are all dicks. Like, the subject matter is important, of course, but let's see, I took... In college, I was interested in, like, I took Spanish as my major, but as my, minor that I never really completed, I was interested in, like, human development and stuff like that. So I took a lot of psychology classes, anthropology classes, and then sociology classes. I guess I only took 2 sociology classes, and then there was one sociology professor who I didn't have personally, but was well known around campus, and even outside of campus, I will say, as being a total dickhead. But the other 2 sociology professors I had myself were assholes. So that has given me a very negative perception of sociology as a discipline and sociologists as people, which I know is not fair, but Morrow here is not improving that perception one bit. I'm not saying you aren't attractive, quite the contrary. You're absolutely my type, you know, tall and smart. Can I ask you a question? Are you always so blunt? I feel like I'm being judged, but I'll let it ride. To answer your question, no. I am not always mistaken for a man. It's happened once or twice, but it depends. There are other things to take into consideration when you meet somebody for the first time, such as not jumping to hasty conclusions, you know what I mean? Yes, I'm definitely feeling judged now. Getting back to the room, you should know that there has been a lot of interest. A woman yesterday promised to cook for the girls for a month if we chose her. That would be handy. Well, cooking is a useful asset, but I'm an expert spider catcher. But seriously, I'm really interested. I'd like to put down a holding deposit. I can wire it whenever you like. People in Milan would be willing to do pretty much anything to secure a decent room. What about you, Nico? I'm not resorting... I know I said that we would deal with him to get this room, but I'm not resorting to prostituting myself. What do you mean? You tell me, Nico. I like the room, but if there are other people ahead of me, that's fine. You could skip to the top of my list if you really want this room. You're a bit of a weirdo, aren't you? You think? A weirdo who has to choose the next tenant. What a dilemma. Oh, is that the time? Gee, it's gone 2:30. I have another appointment. Are you going to see another room? Yeah, Milan's full of rooms. I have a viewing in half an hour in the Adriano district. Oh man, are you sure? That's right in the middle of the worst part of town. Don't say you weren't warned. It's much better around here. I could go with you. I need to drop something off there and we can have a chat on the way. We could get something to drink. Get to know each other. Look, I'm in a real hurry and I need to speak to my folks, so I was going to call home on the way. Are you sure? It would be no trouble, really. Maybe if we get to know each other, I could use my charm with the landlady and tell her I found the perfect tenant. What do you say? I think I should come back when your roomies are here. How long is the apartment going to be available for viewing? By the end of the month, anyway, before the June 2nd holiday weekend. Tell you what, give me your number. That way I'll be able to call you if you get the room. Elisa's got my number. Tell her to call me. Yeah, but the landlady doesn't trust Elisa like she trusts me. If you get where I'm coming from. Well, just giving me your number wouldn't be asking too much, surely, not for a room like this, right? He is persistent, Jesus. Yeah, sure. Ready? 454-16-1702. False last number. 7. Great. I'll call you to sort out the details, my dear. Yeah, sure. Of course. She gives him a fake number. The choices you made in this moment have had an impact on the very first one that we did with Nico. How will that affect that? I wonder. Well, we'll check that out next time. Let's see what new keywords we have unlocked for Nico. Arachnophilia. She isn't afraid of spiders. And misgendering. Sometimes she's mistaken for a man. Okay. Well, I think we'll go back to an ending and see what's changed there next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more In Their Shoes.